There comes a moment in every person's climb, somewhere between the struggle and the breakthrough, when they look back and realize they didn't make alone. Think about it. When your back was against the wall, when the world was telling you it couldn't be done, when every door seemed shut, there was that one person. Maybe they didn't have much to give, but they gave anyway. Maybe it wasn't money or connections. Maybe it was time, belief, encouragement, or just a refusal to let you give up on yourself. And while others had excuses, it's not the right time, you should play it safe, nobody makes it from here, that one person had action, faith, fire. Napoleon Hill understood this deeply. In Think and Grow Rich, he wrote how no success is ever created in isolation. Behind every great achievement is a silent partner, someone who invested not in what you were, but in what you could become. Hill called it the mastermind principle, the alliance of minds working together in harmony for a definite purpose. And sometimes that alliance is just one person who shows up when it matters most. Gratitude for these people is not a passing sentiment. It's a principle, a cornerstone of success. Because when you remember who showed up for you, you stay grounded, you stay humble. You're reminded that your rise isn't just yours, it's shared. So when the winds come, when the noise grows louder and the lights shine brighter, never forget who helped you out when everyone else was making excuses. They saw something in you the world didn't. And because of that, you owe them more than thanks. You owe them the best version of yourself. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill dedicates an entire section to what he calls alibis, the clever little lies we tell ourselves and others to justify failure, delay, and inaction. These alibis come in many forms. I'm too old. I don't have enough money. The timing isn't right. I don't know the right people. They sound rational. They sound like truth. But in reality, they are the tools of the weak, the subtle assassins of ambition. Hill makes it plain. People don't fail because they lack opportunity. They fail because they surrender to excuses. Most people don't even realize they're doing it. When adversity shows up, and it always does, the majority retreat behind walls of justification. Life gets hard, and suddenly it's easier to blame the economy, their upbringing, the lack of support, than to take full responsibility. That's the danger of excuses. They offer comfort in the short term while robbing you of growth in the long term. They keep you stuck, spinning stories instead of taking steps. Excuses let you off the hook, but they also keep you off the path to your purpose. Hill saw this pattern play out in countless lives during the Great Depression. Those who succeeded weren't the most talented or the most connected. They were the ones who refused to make excuses, who found a way when none seemed to exist. They embraced a truth that most ignore. Excuses are expensive. They cost you time, confidence, momentum, and ultimately your dream. If you've ever been tempted to explain away your stagnation with reasons, understand that you're not alone, but also understand that you're standing in your own way. Progress demands honesty. It demands that you call out your own alibis and replace them with action, because while excuses might gain you sympathy, they'll never bring you success. Hill made that clear. Success doesn't respond to whining, it responds to will. True support, the kind that shows up when it's inconvenient, when it costs something, when there's no applause for giving it, is one of the rarest and most precious forces in the world. Most people will say the right words when things are going well. They'll cheer you on from the sidelines when the path looks clear. But when the road gets rough, when your dreams look more like delusions, most disappear. That's when you discover the difference between lip service and real help. Talk is easy. Encouragement is cheap. But real support takes commitment. It takes risk. It takes someone who sees value in you when there's nothing to gain from it. Think of a young Walt Disney who, after being fired from a newspaper for not being creative enough, struggled to keep his dream alive. He faced financial ruin more than once, sleeping in his office, eating beans out of a can. Many dismissed him. Most distanced themselves. But there was one person, his brother Roy, who didn't walk away. Roy stuck with him through every failure, every bankruptcy, every collapse. He helped finance Walt's ideas, stood by his side when no one else believed, and quietly helped build a foundation of what would become one of the most powerful creative empires in history. Without Roy's steady hand, Walt may have been just another forgotten dreamer. That's what real support looks like. Not just words, but action. Not just comfort, but commitment. It's someone sacrificing for your vision, even when the odds are stacked against you. And because it's so rare, you must recognize it when it happens. You must protect it, honor it, remember it. Because in a world full of excuses and empty promises, the ones who showed up for you, those are the ones who helped carry your dream when you were too tired to do it alone. And that kind of support isn't just helpful, it's sacred. Napoleon Hill introduced the concept of the mastermind group as one of the most powerful principles behind personal success. He defined it as a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. But in plain terms, it means this. You become infinitely more powerful when you surround yourself with people who challenge, inspire, and believe in you. People who help you think bigger, move faster, and keep going when the road gets dark. One believer can change everything. Most people try to go it alone, thinking independence is the path to greatness. But no one who ever achieved anything meaningful did it solo. Even the greats had allies. Henry Ford had Thomas Edison. When Ford was just beginning to toy with the idea of a gasoline-powered car, the world laughed. It was seen as a novelty at best, a foolish gamble at worst. But Edison saw something in Ford's mind, something worth encouraging. After seeing Ford's early prototype, Edison told him, "You have it. Keep at it." That moment lit a fire in Ford that never went out. A few words from someone he admired became the fuel that drove an empire. That's what a mastermind ally does. They lend you belief when yours is running low. They push you when the world tells you to quit. And more than anything, they see you, not just for what you are, but for what you could become. Whether it's one person or a circle of people, the energy of the right minds working together multiplies your strength. But it only works in harmony. Hill was clear. Your mastermind must be built on mutual trust, respect, and a shared purpose. One toxic presence can drain the power from the group. One negative voice can plant seeds of doubt. But the right person at the right time, with the right encouragement, they can become the reason you break through. They can be the difference between quitting and climbing. That's why you protect those connections. You don't take them for granted. Because one real believer is worth more than 100 silent bystanders. Gratitude is not just a nice sentiment. It's a success principle. It's the quiet force that keeps you anchored when your star begins to rise. In a world obsessed with taking more, gratitude teaches you to give. It reminds you that your climb wasn't a solo mission. Every step forward was made possible by the encouragement, wisdom, or sacrifice of someone else. When you understand that, you begin to treat people differently, not as stepping stones, but as partners in purpose. Napoleon Hill understood this deeply. One of his most powerful teachings was this: render more service than that for which you are paid. It's more than a call to hard work. It's a mindset of contribution. When you consistently offer more than what expected, without demanding immediate returns, you become invaluable. And people remember that. Opportunities gravitate toward those who operate with generosity and integrity. But here's where gratitude adds weight to that principle. When you genuinely appreciate those who help you along the way, mentors, partners, friends, you strengthen the bond that carry you through adversity. People are more willing to support those who don't just take, but recognize and honor the help they've received. Appreciation multiplies loyalty. It deepens respect. And most importantly, it keeps you humble. Because no matter how high you rise, the truth remains, you didn't get there alone. Gratitude is what stops success from turning into arrogance. It's what keeps your heart soft while your name grows loud. It reminds you to pay it forward, to be for someone else what someone once was for you. So give more than you're paid for. Serve more than is expected. And never let your gratitude fade with your memory. Gratitude is power in its most honest form, quiet, humble, and unstoppable. When someone chooses to believe in you, when they stand by your side, when they could have easily walked away, you owe it to them to make that belief count. You don't get that kind of faith every day. It's rare, it's sacred, and when it shows up, your job is to honor it with everything you've got. Don't waste it. Don't let it die in the comfort of procrastination or the shadow of excuses. Turn it into fire. Let it drive you. Let it push you through the late nights, the setbacks, the doubts. Prove them right. Napoleon Hill talked about the importance of having a definiteness of purpose, knowing exactly what you want and committing to it with your whole soul. That's the foundation of success. But when someone believes in you, that purpose sharpens. It's no longer just about achieving for yourself. It's about living up to the faith they saw in you. That kind of clarity creates pressure, yes, but it also creates power. Because now, you're not only chasing a dream, you're carrying a responsibility. And with that purpose comes the other key: persistence. The world will test you. You'll fall. You'll question everything. But if someone took a risk on you, if they offered you belief when everyone else was offering doubt, you don't quit. You stay in the fight. You get back up every single time. Persistence isn't about perfection. It's about loyalty to your purpose and to the people who helped you start chasing it. Eventually, your actions have answered belief someone else invested in you. They made a bet on your potential. Now it's your job to cash it in, to elevate your standard, to become the kind of person others can count on. Not just talented, but disciplined. Not just ambitious, but reliable. Not just dreaming, but doing. That's how you honor the support that got you here. That's how you turn belief into results. Because the best way to say thank you is to win with integrity, with purpose, and with the kind of fire that makes their support not just justified, but unforgettable. When someone lifts you up, when they help you stand in moments you could have fallen, that becomes a part of your story you must never forget. There's a moral weight to that kind of help, a responsibility not just to remember it, but to live in a way that honors it. Loyalty and gratitude aren't just sentimental values. They're the core of a life lived with integrity. Because no matter how far you go, no matter how much you achieve, it means little if you forget the ones who believed in you when belief was all you had. Success has a strange way of erasing people. Once the spotlight hits, once the applause begins, it becomes easy to rewrite your journey and put yourself at the center of it. But you didn't get here alone. Someone opened a door. Someone gave you a word, a loan, a chance, a hand. And now, it's your turn to carry that forward. That's where the pass-it-forward mentality comes in. You can't pay back everyone who helped you, but you can be that person for someone else. You can be the one who sees potential where others see risk. You can offer belief when it's most needed and least earned. That's how you create a legacy, not just a success, but of significance. A legacy of belief, of support, of standing up for people the way someone once stood up for you. And when the money fades and the headlines stop, what remains is how you treated people. What remains is whether you lifted others as you climbed. Gratitude, expressed through action, becomes timeless. It echoes in the lives you impact. So never forget who helped you, and never miss a chance to be the helper in return. Because fortune and fame may pass, but loyalty and gratitude, they outlive everything. In the end, every journey to success is shaped by more than just ambition. It's shaped by the people who dare to believe in us when no one else did. While others made excuses, looked the other way, or doubted us from the sidelines, a few rare individuals stepped forward. They gave support when it was inconvenient, encouragement when it was risky, and belief when we hadn't yet proven anything. That kind of help is not just meaningful, it's life-changing. We've talked about how excuses destroy potential, how real support is rare and sacred, and how the right person at the right moment can turn everything around. We've looked at Napoleon Hill's concept of the mastermind, the importance of giving more than you receive, and the power of persistence in the face of adversity. And most of all, we've come back to one truth. Never forget the ones who helped you when everyone else was too busy making excuses. They saw something in you. They bet on your future. You owe them your best. Now it's your turn, not just to remember, but to rise. Take the belief they gave you and let it fuel everything you do. Work harder. Push further. Stay humble. Be relentless. And as you climb, don't just carry your own dreams. Carry others too. Become someone worth believing in. Become the kind of person others remember with gratitude. Because in the end, success is not measured just by what you build, but by who you become while building it. Let loyalty guide you. Let gratitude shape you. And let your story be one that not only honors those who helped you, but inspires the next person to believe in someone else. That's how legacies are made. If you found value in these insights inspired by Napoleon Hill, make sure to subscribe for more powerful lessons on mindset, wealth, and personal growth. We share timeless wisdom, practical strategies, and motivational content to help you unlock your full potential. Stay inspired, stay focused, master your mind,